Hi, my loves. So, I'm doing a reading today focused on you guys. I kind of wanted to start this week focusing on all of you, what you need to know, what's coming up for you, what changes you can experience as well as blessings. And I mean, the whole theme of the message is transformation. I mean, that will be probably the title I end up using, but huge changes and transformations you guys are actually going through. The new moon has been very influential in helping you to be able to kind of gather your strength. And I also feel like there's been something around that in terms of how the new moon has influenced your own energy. Something around you reflecting on where you've been and where you are going. There is and has been one of the changes and transformation is you are going through this huge release, and what seems to be happening is you're breaking free of a lot of patterns. These are very deep rooted patterns that you might have been repeating and experiencing, and a lot of these patterns have come from old beliefs. So for example, you might be struggling with a relationship at the moment, but the way that you are responding to it and the patterns you might be then repeating, from how you're responding to it, are actually connected to things from your past. And they've been quite deep rooted in you. And one of the things that's happening at the moment is you are actually releasing a lot of these kind of deep patterns, these old beliefs that have almost been on repeat for you for quite a long time. One of the things that you might experience while you're going through this huge release of old patterns, and I really feel breaking free of it as well, is there might be some anxieties that come up in you, and you are kind of being guided to don't try and fight those anxieties. I'm even getting, and I'm really huge on positive thinking, affirmations, things like that. For those of you who've been following me for some time, you'll probably know I'm very huge on that. But I'm actually getting, don't even try and replace any of those worries and anxieties that are coming up with positive thinking. Use positive thinking to be able to shift your mindset, but don't use it to block what's coming up for you, because that's actually going to backfire. It's almost like you're putting the lid on something that really needs to be released. And so what you're then doing is you're suppressing it, and one day it's going to burst, and you're being guided to allow those anxieties and worries to come up, but allow them to be released and offer them healing. That's how you need to be responding to it. But huge awakening you guys are going through, huge transformation. You might notice that your thoughts, your minds, your feelings become more creative as well. You might be pulled to engage in more creative things as well. What's happening with all of this? So this kind of change that you guys are going through, releasing these very deep patterns, these anxieties that are coming up, but they're coming up for you to allow them to be released, offer them that healing that they need. This kind of passionate energy that's coming up within you, it's actually opening up a new path for you. And one of the paths that it's actually, or one of the things that's coming up for you in this new path, is you are going to feel a lot more in charge and feel like you are leading your own life. It kind of feels like that there's been a lot of moments where you have felt like you're not leading, you're not in charge of your life, you're not kind of in control of the direction you're going. And I feel like a lot of that is connected to these old patterns, these old beliefs, where you've kind of felt like that maybe you don't have a say over where your path's going. And all this shift, change, all this release that's happening is actually letting you know that actually you're the leader of your own life. And I feel like you're going to actually start feeling that, and that's the kind of mindset you're going to end up developing. But one of the biggest things that's coming from this as well is you are actually going to be in this place where you are gonna, it's almost like you've been trying to surrender things you can't control. You've been trying to surrender any kind of worries or even the outcome of a situation, but you're just gonna do it. You're gonna be in this place where you're gonna with so much ease just surrender. You're not going to hold that same worry and anxiety that you used to when it came to certain situations that created a lot of stress and anxiety for you. Because this you releasing these patterns, you allowing those anxieties and worries to come up and offering it healing. And I feel like really being gentle with yourself when you're allowing them to kind of leave your energy, leave your system. You're letting go of those patterns. You are naturally moving to this place where you find it a lot more easier, and I feel you have a lot more strength to be able to surrender. So there seems to be this place you're moving to where surrender is going to feel a lot more easier for you. All of this is paving this new path, but there's this huge change in direction that's coming in for you. As that change happens for you, you're going to start, I feel like you're going to start receiving clarity for yourself. So you're going to be a lot more clear when it comes to the decisions you need to make. I feel like there's been a lot of mental conflict in you around what decisions to make, around next steps, where to move forward, what decisions to make with new beginnings and endings. And I feel like as you go through this, one of those biggest changes, especially when you move to that place where you've just surrendered, and you've surrendered without any kind of fear and anxiety, is you are going to start gaining a lot of clarity for yourself. Pay attention to what your guides and the universe is communicating to you as well, because the more you surrender and the more you're clearing all of this, and this is a really good energy. This is not something that, even though anxieties and worries and stress might be rising up in your energy, it is something you're going to be able to successfully work through. But I need to stress to you guys, this is a really, really good energy, because this is a huge change, a huge transformation you are going through. This is like a rebirth. You are letting go of so many patterns that you've held hands with for a bloody long time, and you're finally moving to this place where you're letting go of it. So your whole being, who you are as a person, it's like you're stepping into your own, because a lot of the beliefs that you've carried are not even yours. These are things you've collected along the way, what people have said to you, what you've been exposed to, but unfortunately you've taken it on as your own belief, and they don't even belong to you. So actually discovering who you are and stepping fully into you and yourself is something that's been difficult to do as well. So this rebirth is absolutely amazing. I can't stress enough how amazing it is that you guys are going through. But this change of direction, pay attention to the signs, pay attention to, I feel like there's a lot of signs you're going to be getting. These could be numbers. Now, one of the things I was shown was a falcon. And I had to Google what the spiritual meaning of falcon is, and I will kind of read that out to you towards the end. But there are going to be these signs, these my guides are saying to me images as well, these images. So you might come across a specific image over and over again. So for example, I was shown a falcon, so you could start seeing images of falcons over and over again. There's a lot of communication coming in from your guides, from the universe, that is supporting you and letting you know that change is coming, and for you to be prepared for change, and positive change is coming, and you're going through a transformation. So pay attention to those signs, but at the same time, I feel like your intuition, through your own clarity, because you're releasing all of this, your intuition is going to get a lot more stronger. So a huge change that's coming in. Now, I actually wanted to get a bit more messages around this change in direction. Where is it leading you? What's actually coming from this? And two of the cards that actually came out was work, achievement, success, and wealth. So there definitely seems to be some change when it comes to success connected with finances, more than likely connected to your working environment as well. And a lot of this is coming because you are releasing the old. I kind of feel like, even for some of you, if you've been putting all the hard work in, but you've not been seeing this kind of success and growth and wealth, it's because even though the consistency and the hard work might be in there, your mindset and the energy you're putting out has been this one where it's been stuck in the past, and you kind of needed to let go a lot of things that were creating a lot of resistance and blocks in your energy. So again, all of this kind of releasing and this change of direction is actually creating quite a huge shift in what you're bringing in and what you're manifesting into your life. But also love, the heart, love, deep affection and caring. I actually feel like this is to do with how you feel about yourself. So one of the old beliefs, old patterns that you've been kind of repeating, the beliefs that you've been holding on to, has unfortunately affected your self-worth, your confidence, how you actually see yourself. But also I kind of feel like you, even in the back of your mind, you worry quite a lot of how others see you, and you kind of feel like that maybe others don't look at you and see you as someone who, for example, is worthy. And I feel like there have been many points in your life where that has bothered you, and that has been something that you feel like you need to focus on changing so others will accept you. But with all of this clearing happening, I feel like you're also getting to a place where this is not about how others see you. This is about how you see yourself, and others either accept and embrace that or they don't. And I kind of feel like if they don't, you no longer have time for that. Where in the past that would have bothered you, I feel like it won't bother you anymore. So this is, I love this. I actually love this energy you guys are experiencing, stepping into. Huge, huge, huge rebirth. But this rebirth, you know, I kid you not, is one where you are stepping into your own. You are stepping into, I feel like, one of the most powerful places you have ever been. And it's because you are letting go of so much. And I feel like, my loves, this is not something that, I kind of feel like that in the past you might have tried to work with this energy, release old patterns, but I kind of feel like you have felt very stuck in being able to release it. And I kind of feel like there was a lot of resistance in your energy. But this kind of place that you're in now, it happens very organically, it happens very effortlessly. There's certain things that will feel difficult because as you're releasing these patterns, there are, you know, anxieties and worries coming up, thoughts and memories about the past. But I feel like, you know, with the strength that you've gathered, which I do feel has been very influenced by the new moon, I feel like that strength is what is helping you to release it. You have worked very hard to gather your strength, and that strength is what's going to be almost like your shield, your crutch, you know, whatever it is that you need to hold you up to allow you to work through this kind of anxiety and worry coming up. Where in the past I feel like you would have found it extremely difficult, you have gathered enough strength to actually work through it. So allow yourself to work through those energies. Try not to resist it. But I absolutely love all this energy. Now, this isn't something that is just for a specific sign. You know, I feel like this is kind of a collective energy. With that said, I feel like the sign, so I did ask what sign is more likely to feel this shift in energies the most, and Aries came out. So, you know, for you Aries out there, you are, and I feel like it's because you are, you know, Aries are extremely headstrong, extremely independent, extremely passionate. And I feel like because you kind of, and you have that fire element as well, and because of all of that, I kind of feel like you feel this intensity even more, if that makes sense. But my loves, that's how I wanted to start the week. I wanted to get some guidance. I wanted to see what's happening or coming in for you guys. So that's your reading for today. And I'll see you guys back here again, maybe a bit later actually, or tomorrow.